All right, hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you. Where do you think I am right now? It is the Brewerton Diner, the official diner of the ML Sports Platter. You got to come in and try the Brewerton Benedict, try the patty melt for lunch, try the Philly cheesesteak, try the Reuben, try the whole deal here at the Brewerton Diner. You can go simple for breakfast as well. Just get a couple eggs and that Niskey bacon, the delicious, best bacon in the world. And then, of course, you can get some awesome toast on the side, some home fries. So get here. The Brewerton Diner is awesome. It's the official diner of the ML Sports Platter, just off of Bartell Road in Brewerton. Mike and the gang doing an awesome job here, Jackie and the crew. So get here and eat ASAP and drop my name while you are here. You know what I want to get into today? I want to get into how brutal it is right now if you're a New York sports fan. It is so bad if you're a New York sports fan. Think about it. I don't care what combination you are. I don't care if you're Jets, Yankees, Knicks. I don't care if you're Rangers, Jets, Yankees. I don't care if you're Giants, Knicks, Yankees, Rangers, whatever the hell it is. It is horrendous to be a New York sports fan right now. Think of it this way. Let's start with the king of the mountain, usually, the New York Yankees, right? This team wins 100 games this year. Last year, they come one win away from the World Series, and they actually regressed this year, in my opinion. They added Giancarlo Stanton, Brian Cashman, for all his accolades of getting J-Happ and all this stuff in the last few years, and getting Lance Lynn and trading for Didi Gregorius and all this stuff and shedding payroll. And dude, he absolutely positively should be crushed because he didn't bring in enough pitching in the off season. And look what happened in the postseason. They couldn't get any innings from any starters whatsoever. Severino tailed off. Tanaka was hurt and then couldn't give him innings in the end. Sabathia is basically at the end. So he ignored the pitching, and they got Giancarlo Stanton, who's a total disaster with runners in scoring position. He's all boom or bust on a lineup that's all boom or bust. And when you look at the World Series right now, it'll pain you if you're a Yankee fan. It's paining me. It's making me sick to my stomach watching Boston. But you know what they do? They do everything really well. And one of those things they do really well is they put the ball in play. You know? I mean, I heard Harold Reynolds today on the Dan Patrick podcast, and he simply said, Dan had said, put the ball in play and good things are going to happen. And Harold Reynolds said the same thing. You play the numbers game, and that was a staple in Houston that they used during their World Series run last year. Keep putting the ball in play, hit it to all parts of the field. That's exactly what this team is doing, managed by Alex Cora, who was, of course, an assistant with Houston, a bench guy for the Astros. So I'm just not impressed with the Yankees model right now. I think they regressed. I thought they had everything in place, and they add Stanton, and now it's just become a total regressing situation. Now, if they get a couple of pieces, maybe they can fix it. Maybe they can, get back to the top. But starting with them, I mean, a 100-win team this year, and they were probably the most flawed 100-win team that I've seen. They only have one World Series the last 18 years. Now, look, I'm not saying that you have to, you're supposed to win it every year and all the rest. It's very, very difficult to win even 1 year. It's hard to get back. That's what makes the 96 to 2003 Yankees so amazing. But the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. They haven't been back since 2009, and they only have one World Series the last 18 years. That is the same that the White Sox have. That's the same. Actually, it's one less than the St. Louis Cardinals have. It's one less, it's equal to the Kansas City Royals. So when you look at it that way, you put it in layman's terms, wow, it's two less than the San Francisco Giants since the year 2000. So the Yankees, 100-win team, super flawed. I don't think that they're going to be better than Boston or Houston again next year. I just don't. Unless they add some pieces and they figure some things out. They change their philosophy. They don't, build around only the home run. They get more pitching and all the rest. Maybe there's a shot. And then you go to the New York Football Giants. Are you kidding me? It's late October and the Giants season is over. It's as over as it's ever been early. This team's 1-6. They've already been shopping people left and right. They traded Damon Harrison. They traded Eli Apple. And now who knows who's next. I would say, and I think Mike Vaccaro put it beautifully in the New York Post, he said that everybody should be on the market, and I couldn't agree more. And I think that includes the quarterback in Eli Manning. Make a call to Jacksonville, see if he'd go there and help Blake Bortles and all the rest in a little bit of a Super Bowl run here. Either if not this year, then next year. The Jags are really struggling right now, and of course Bortles just got benched for the great Cody Kessler, by the way. So this is going to be a total shit show the rest of the way with the New York Football Giants. When you look at a 1-6 record. They're probably playing it in to about a top 5, top 3 NFL draft pick right now. The New York Knicks are a complete mess. They've been in rebuild mode for absolutely positively forever. And then you take a peek at the New York Rangers. They're in a rebuilding mode again as well. Absolutely, positively disastrous. Now, if you're a Jets fan, the Jets were playing well in the beginning of the year. Sam Darnold was pretty darn good. Well, now they're kind of coming back a little bit. They haven't won a Super Bowl since Joe Namath in Super Bowl III. I mean, the Jets have missed the postseason countless times. If you're an Islander fan, the Islanders haven't been good since the 1980s, right? If you are a fan of any of these New York teams, it is a complete and utter mess right now. And I'm not sure that there's a good spot in the future right now in terms of these teams rebounding. I think the Knicks need a major superstar type guy who can take over the Garden and take over the city. The Rangers have, in my opinion, missed a golden opportunity with Henrik Lundqvist in his prime. You could argue that Henrik Lundqvist is the best goalie in the NHL of the last, 10, 15 years. And flat out, they have not won a Stanley Cup with him in terms of being in the window of his great career and him being an elite goaltender. They've blown that chance, no question about it. The Devils don't count. They're in New Jersey. They've won more, certainly, than the Rangers the last several years, and they've put together multiple cups to kind of even equal the Islanders. But this is, again, a New York theme here. And you know what kills you if you're also a New York sports fan? It should hurt you more than New York not being able to win. It's the other city that's winning instead of you. It's the other city that's doing everything right. It's the other city that every single day leads talk radio, leads columns, leads podcasts with the greatest of all time, Bill Belichick, the greatest of all time, Tom Brady. Another run at a Super Bowl. They've been to 8 Super Bowls the last 18 years, and they've won 5. The Boston Red Sox are going to win the World Series. This is going to be their 4th World Series since 2004. And the Boston Bruins are going to make probably another deep playoff run. And the Boston Celtics should be the king of the East for at least the next 3 to 5 years. So all they're doing is winning. And I don't see it slowing down anytime soon. I think the Pats are going back to the Super Bowl. I think the Red Sox will win the World Series. They'll probably sweep the Dodgers at this point. Sports are all about matchups, and I just don't think the Dodgers match up well with the Boston Red Sox whatsoever. It's going to be a very, 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 very tough thing to watch if you're a New York sports fan, not only watching your teams continue to fall down the hill, but also, in addition to that, looking at the situation with Boston just winning absolutely everything. All those millennials, they never dealt with the suffering. They never dealt with the Buckner ball through the legs. I was telling somebody at lunch the other day about how when I was a kid, I would take the Buffalo Bills schedule and I would circle Patriots twice because I knew those were 2 easy wins. Now I circle them for losses because it's probably the most one-sided affair in sports, the Patriots and Bills. Oh, yay, that happens on Monday night. Thanks so much for watching my 9 minutes with Mike Lindsley video here on IGTV, YouTube, and on Facebook. You can hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. Download my podcast, the ML Sports Platter, via iTunes, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. Again, reminder, come get to the Brewerton Diner. Try the patty melt. Try the Brewerton Burger. Try the Reuben. I'm about to get the hero and dive in for lunch right now. Mike, Jackie, and the crew doing an awesome job. All the fresh ingredients, fresh oils, fresh butter, you name it. Get the Brewerton Benedict for breakfast as well with the over easy eggs on that nice Texas toast with that bacon gravy. It's to die for. Add ham too, trust me. Thanks so much for watching again. Thanks to the Brewerton Diner for their support. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.